Live from KSAT 12, the news at noon starts right now.
It is Election Day. Voters here and across the country heading to the polls to cast ballots in the midterm elections. The Bexar County Elections Office just wrapped up a news conference. We've got the latest voting numbers for you. Election Day began slow today in Bexar County, but that is going to pick up with many voters expected to cast their ballots this afternoon. 302 polls open at 7, open till 7 this opened at 7 this morning till 7 this evening.
The Bexar County Elections Office holding a press conference just a short while ago with new information about the vote that is ongoing right now. KSAT 12's Tiffany Huertas was there. So, Tiffany, how many voters have cast their ballots in Bexar County so far?
Ursula, more than 40,000 people have already casted their ballot today. Now, according to officials here, they say that in some sites they're seeing about 300 people vote, and other sites only about 20 people vote. But we've seen a steady flow all morning long, and right here at the elections office, it's no different. A lot of people are coming here asking questions, and their workers have been preparing for this for several weeks. Officials prepared for this election, they say, like the presidential election. They are also calling this an emotional election for some. During early voting, Bexar County voters casted more than 380,000 ballots in person. Callanan said they had some issues this morning, but it didn't affect voters. When I spoke to voters, they tell me it's something to be very proud of when it comes to voting.
Our laptops are logged on so that we can see the people that are voting in real time. And we had a couple of sites that were not able to connect this morning, but they're connected now.
I think it's super important to be out here, to be supporting your candidate and standing up for what you believe. I feel like more than ever, well, maybe it's my age, but I feel like there's a lot of rally and a lot of movement between the youth community.
Now, unlike early voting, voters today have to go to the specific polling site for their precinct. In the next half hour, we speak with more voters on why they decided to vote today. Reporting from the Elections Office, Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
And we want to take a look at some of the key races going on right now. Let's go to the gubernatorial race. Republican incumbent Greg Abbott is being challenged by Democrat Lupe Valdez. Abbott has served one term as governor. He was elected in 2014. Valdez was formerly the Dallas County Sheriff from 2005 to 2015.
And one of the races polarizing the nation's Republican incumbent Ted Cruz's Senate seat that Democrat Beto O'Rourke is running for. Here's where the candidates stand on health care when it comes to the Affordable Care Act, known to some as Obamacare. Cruz stands with most in his party and wants to repeal it. He says the law has caused millions to lose their jobs and pay higher premiums, but he says he will protect pre-existing conditions. O'Rourke says while he doesn't want to repeal the Affordable Care Act, he does support improving it by stabilizing insurance markets.
One of the other prominent races we've heard about, the campaign for the 23rd district in Texas between Democrat Gina Ortiz-Jones and Republican Will Hurd. Jones is the challenger. She is an Iraq War veteran, and she says she supports protecting immigrants and giving them an opportunity to become American citizens.
Hurd has represented the district since 2015. He's a former CIA officer and opposed President Trump's border wall. He has also spoken out about a path to citizenship for immigrants coming into the country and has worked with a Democratic congressman on DACA.
San Antonio charter amendments have been a hot topic here in town, and voters will be making a decision on those three today.
The proposed changes to the city's charter would make it easier to get referendum votes onto the ballot, allow the fire union to call for binding arbitration in contract negotiations, and limit the city manager's pay and term of service. Here's a breakdown of Proposition A. If it's approved, it would expand the referendum process. This measure would expand the city council actions subject to referendum to include appropriating money, levying taxes, setting public utility rates, decrease the number of signatures needed from 10% of qualified voters in the last municipal election.
Prop B, if approved, would require a supermajority vote, 8 votes out of 11, to select the city manager. It also limits the city manager's term to 8 years and limits the salary to 10 times the amount of the lowest paid city employee. Prop C allows the firefighters union to unilaterally declare an impasse at any time and force binding arbitration on the city in labor contract negotiations.
Right now on our website, we've got everything you need to know before you head to the polls. There's also a full list of all the candidates running. Remember, the polls will be open until 7 this evening. Just head to KSAT.com and look for the story on our homepage.
And now that the polls are open across the country, voters are making sure their voices are heard, deciding which party takes control of each house in Congress. And there are several key state races. More than 36 million Americans already casting their early ballots last week. In the key battleground state of Florida, though, the country is closely watching the race for Senate there as well as governor. Democratic gubernatorial candidate Andrew Gillum cast his vote in front of cameras this morning. He's facing former Congressman Ron DeSantis. The latest ABC News Washington Post poll showing that Democrats lead the race, taking over the House by 8 points, but they need to gain 23 seats to control that chamber. That possibility, one of the reasons President Trump has been on the campaign trail, too, taking a stand on illegal immigration, hoping to rouse Republican voters to the polls.
Democrats are inviting caravan after caravan of illegal aliens to pour into our country, overwhelming your schools, your hospitals, and your communities.
This could be a consequential midterm, particularly in terms of the number of votes cast. Records are expected to be set.
Other top stories this news. San Antonio police are trying to decide whether a man involved in an overnight stabbing should face charges. He says it was self-defense. It happened at a West Side gas station near Southwest 36th Street and Old Highway 90 West. As Katrina Weber reports, it left another man feeling a different kind of pain at the pump.
Moments before the stroke of midnight, trouble struck at this gas station. 2 men who met up at the pumps didn't get along at all.
Words were crossed, and there's a quick slash to the hand, and they separated from there, so I didn't think nothing of it.
Tiffany Pettis saw it all from behind the counter of the store near Highway 90 and Southwest 36th Street. Officers told us the man who did the slashing was a pizza delivery driver. He says a stranger walked up, angrily told him to stop cleaning his car window, then walked toward his own car, saying he was going to get his gun. Police say the delivery driver pulled out a knife and used it on the 49-year-old man who they believe was intoxicated.
Blood gushing everywhere, so we had to quickly attend to him. A customer did try to help put a tourniquet, a belt on him as a tourniquet.
He was rushed to a hospital with cuts to his arm and belly. The suspected stabber went with police to answer questions. One thing police weren't able to tell us right away is whether the man who was stabbed actually did have a gun. But under Texas law, it seems that may not matter. Section 931 of the Penal Code says using force is justified when a person reasonably believes it's immediately necessary to protect against someone else's use or attempted use of force. Whether that applies in this case is what investigators will decide.
It was a crazy night.
Either way, it's something Pettis won't soon forget. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Crime Stoppers calling for your help to find the shooter who opened fire and killed a man on the northeast side. Police say Adrian Mata was shot in the 7500 block of Paradise Road back in September. He had gone to meet someone outside of a home when witnesses reported hearing multiple gunshots. Mata was found in the street with gunshot wounds, then taken to the hospital where he later died. A dark-colored Ford Mustang was seen leaving that crime scene. Crime Stoppers also needs help identifying this man who committed an aggravated robbery on the southwest side. The crime happening at a Family Dollar store in the 1800 block of South Zorzamora. Police say that the man grabbed several items, then ran out of the store. When an employee followed him, they got into a fight. That employee was cut on his hand. The robber was able to get away. If you can help Crime Stoppers in any of these cases, just call 210-224-STOP.
2 drivers suffered injuries after both their vehicles collided. Castle Hills police say last night one driver cut across the lane trying to exit and then clipped another car, causing one of the cars to roll over several times. Both drivers are taken to University Hospital, one with a broken ankle, the other with a broken leg. They are expected to be okay. Still to come this half hour, the Cowboys in trouble of having another losing season. What happened last night against the Titans? Coming up in sports, it wasn't pretty.
Plus, a huge blow for USA Gymnastics. The U.S. Olympic Committee making a radical change. Details on the new move and what prompted the committee to take action.
Hi, Harriet with Furniture in the Raw. Our 50% off sale underway. Get what you want when you shop at Furniture in the Raw.
It takes courage to fight for justice, and the Villarreal and Begum Texas Law Guns have what it takes. If you've been hurt in a car crash, call the Villarreal and Begum Texas Law Guns now at 844-LAW-GUNS.
I'm Ted Cruz, and I approve this message.
Beto O'Rourke is more extreme than he wants you to know. Not even Nancy Pelosi is open to abolishing ICE, but Beto is. Not even Bernie Sanders supports impeaching the president, but Beto does.
Would you vote to impeach him right now? I would.
Yeah. And not even Elizabeth Warren has ever suggested legalizing all narcotics, including heroin. But Beto did. If Beto O'Rourke's positions are too extreme even for them, he's just too reckless for Texas.
Now you can go from this to this, or this to this, or this to this in as little as just one day with Bath Planet. Call now for a free in-home consultation. Design your new bath or shower right at home with our unique design studio on the Bath Planet website. Bath Planet has earned the Good Housekeeping seal, and they offer a lifetime warranty. Eliminate mold and mildew, no more grout to worry about, beautiful colors and styles. And right now, you'll save big. Enjoy your new bath or shower now with no payments, no interest, and no worries until 2020. That's right, worry-free until 2020. There's never been a better time to update your bathroom. Call now or visit our new Bath Planet showroom at Northwoods Shopping Center, just off 1604 and Highway 281. Bath Planet.
Champion AC delivers the best service for the right price. That's why now through the winter, we're offering an $88 no-break guarantee tune-up to ensure your system keeps you warm for the entire winter. For a limited time only, we're offering a heating system tune-up with the Champion guarantee that you will stay warm all winter long. Make sure you stay warm this winter. Call us at 504-5555 and ask about our $88 no-break guarantee. Or visit us at championac.com.
Texas has a long history of protecting its people. If you've been hurt in a car crash and need protection from the big insurance companies, call the Villarreal and Begum Texas Law Guns now at 844-LAW-GUNS.
There have been some new developments in the gymnastics sex abuse scandal, and it's rocking the sports world. The U.S. Olympic Committee is moving to shut down the organization that oversees all U.S. gymnastics. The U.S. Olympic Committee, using the so-called nuclear option, moving to revoke USA Gymnastics status as the sport's national governing body. They say it failed to properly handle one of the biggest sex abuse scandals in sports history. Former team doctor Larry Nassar in prison after more than 100 women claimed that they were sexually abused. They say the USA Gymnastics turned a blind eye and even covered up his crimes. Nassar was sentenced earlier this year to 175 years in prison.
It is not a motorcycle and it's not a car. It's an FUV, a fun utility vehicle. These new vehicles have 3 wheels and a panoramic roof.
Take a look. They can reach speeds of up to 80 miles per hour. Right now, these versions don't have doors, but later editions will have that option. These FUVs are street legal, and they are 100% electric.
It's all electric. You just plug it right in. About 100 miles to a charge. You just kind of plug it in at the end of a day like a cell phone. You wake up in the morning and it's ready to rock. I can't tell you how much fun it is to just skip the gas station, save all that money.
There's one concern, though. Repairs. The FUVs have a wireless software program that allows for remote fixes. If you can start seeing them on the roads as early as 2019. I didn't know you had to buy the doors, though. Doors are extra.
Well, you know, scooters don't have doors. They got scooters all over the road now. Live look outside with live cam. Lots of fog. Very low visibility.
Yep. We had some problems this morning.
Yeah.
And I know people they keep asking, when's the fog going to go away? When are the clouds going to go away? We're finally starting to see some sun in northwestern Bexar County. We've got a little while longer. It's taken some time to get rid of this. The aquifer, it is down 1/10 of a foot today to 684.3, but we're still doing really well above the average. And the pollen count's just mold and ragweed. That's it. We're going to take a look at the satellite picture and show you when this fog's going to go away and how warm we'll get this afternoon. That's coming up.
Year after year, thousands of homeowners trust Ramjack to provide affordable and permanent solutions for foundation damage. Since 1968, Ramjack products have been 100% American-made, and our manufacturing process follows strict ICCES guidelines. If you suspect foundation damage, call today for a thorough on-site evaluation. Ask about the Ramjack warranty and easy pay financing options. Choose the professionals. Choose Ramjack.
Your story is unique. Untold, it's just a memory.
How do I want to be remembered? For all the years I taught.
Told, it can become a legacy.
Who do I want to remember me? My crew up at the lake.
So tell your story, preserve your legacy, and let Porter Loring help, just as we have for the past 100 years.
Every time I smiled, I had to cover my mouth because I was so ashamed. When the denture slipped, I would have to excuse myself and go to the restroom virtually in tears. It kept me from being able to speak properly. I could not eat corn, apples, baby back ribs. I did not want dentures to be part of my life. I pretty much decided dental implants were the route I was going to take.
Let's do a head-to-head comparison of dental implants versus dentures. With dentures, the ability to taste food, to bite and chew is altered. The worst thing about dentures, bone loss. When you put an implant inside the bone, which is like the root of a tooth, now you preserve the bone. It's a game changer. With implants, you walk into a restaurant, you order anything you want. You eat just like you have real teeth.
Before you knew it, here I was with my brand new teeth.
Schedule your free consultation today. We'll even talk about financing options.
I can smile, my confidence is back.
Call Clear Choice today.
It is a harsh reality, but many children across our city are in need of shoes, and that's why the San Antonio Police Department and our KSAT community partners are asking for your help to get kids some new sneakers.
All month long, you can drop off new pairs of all sizes at any SAPD substation. They can be any size, any style. They got to be new. They don't want used shoes. We have all the information you need on ksat.com/community.
Now we're getting close to a time when you can't go barefooted anymore. You're going to need some shoes.
True.
So got to help them out.
That is true. Yep. We're getting some complaints to the weather department. When is this cloud cover going to go away?
You know, we were expecting kind of a pretty day today.
Well, and that is still in the forecast. I will admit it's taken a little bit longer for this cloud cover, this cloud deck to clear out. But it's in the process of doing so. We continue to expect it to move out and clear up, and the sun comes out. But right now, visibilities are still down here in San Antonio. Not to dangerous levels. We're at 2.5 miles, so this is a huge improvement, and everybody else has improved. But oftentimes, when we get later into the year, or at least closer to winter, we start to see some of these cloud decks and fog bank up against the escarpment, and I think that's what we're dealing with this morning. But it is eroding pretty quick at this point. We'd see that on visible satellite. There's our deck of clouds. You'll notice it's shrinking, and we're starting to see some breaks in it, and so this pattern continues. Even northwestern Bexar County is starting to clear out now, and the sun is starting to pop out. And looking at TransGuide over there, we're starting to see some places with shadows, so the sun is beginning to peek through. So give it another hour or so. We should start to see that sun bringing up temperatures some, but right now we're still socked in at the airport. 73 degrees, southeasterly winds at about 6 miles per hour. And temperatures have been kept down due in large part to that cloud cover. 73 here in town. You go up to Kerrville where they've seen more sun, they're up to 82, 81 in Rock Springs. So basically any place that's seen the sun is going to have much warmer temperatures, 82 in Carrizo Springs. But up and down the I-35 corridor, underneath that cloud deck, 70s still. It is extremely humid out there. Dew points are in the low 70s here in town. And you can see the moisture just sort of gathering here across south and southeast Texas. That's where it'll be next couple of days, so don't expect that humidity to go away until Thursday. That's when we get our next strong front, and that will clear everything out. So here's the setup. We have a big trough over the Great Lakes that's producing some weather up there, and then you got showers and storms from New Orleans all the way up to New York City. Right now, everything's kind of moving west to east, but we're going to get another dip in the jet stream, and our next storm system's gathering up here over Canada. That's going to slide south pretty quickly. It's going to draw down some of these cooler temperatures. It's 18 right now in Cut Bank, Montana, and we'll see some of that cooler air work eventually into Texas. Not bitterly cold stuff, but it will be chillier by the time we get into Friday. So the forecast shows a weak front tomorrow. There's some slight chances of rain here. This doesn't do too much to our temperatures, but Thursday rain chances begin to pick up, and they will be highest late Thursday night, early Friday morning. We've got a good shot at showers and storms, and then it will cool down thereafter once that front passes by. So 84 this afternoon, skies will clear, and then this evening only dropping down to about 67. Warm and humid. We could see fog return again tomorrow morning, although I don't think it'll be as bad. And then the extended forecast shows 82 on your Wednesday, 20% chance of rain, 40% chance Thursday. Our best chance, as I mentioned, late Thursday night into Friday morning as that stronger front moves through, and then some lingering showers on Friday. It'll be breezy and much cooler, 56, 58 on Saturday, still with some lingering cloud cover, and then warming up a little bit Sunday into Monday.
And just leave your windows open, 44 degrees.
That'll be really nice. It is going to feel very fall-like by the weekend.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Spurs looked like they were shoring up that defense, then, oops, the dam broke. We've got that coming up. And speaking of breaking, how many more games or losses before Jerry decides to break up the boys? Another bad ending last night coming up.
If you or a loved one are injured by a distracted driver, call us. We can help. Call 210-222-2288 or Google Carabin Shaw.
Good morning, Tuesday, November 6th, Election Day 2018.
Thank you so much for being with us this morning. If you early voted, good for you. If you haven't voted yet, today's the day to do it.
In around Bexar County, it is definitely thick pea soup fog. There is mist associated with that.
Wednesday on GMSA, we have the election results from all the key races. We'll be watching overnight. Tune in for the very latest on GMSA.
Are we going to have more pea soup fog to deal with Wednesday? And what's the latest on that colder, wetter weather? Find out 4:30 to 7 on Good Morning San Antonio.
Do you have liver disease or cirrhosis? If so, contact us about participating in a research study of an investigational drug in adults with mild to moderate liver disease or cirrhosis. Study participation involves a 3-night clinic stay plus 7 follow-up visits. Compensation up to $14,850 may be available. For more about joining our study for people with liver disease or cirrhosis, call 1-866-303-9898 or visit myliverstudy.com. That's 1-866-303-9898.
Anything you can do here, you can do here at redmccombstoyota.com, where you'll save big on hundreds of award-winning Toyotas. Log on today and get current incentives. Apply for financing. Get an instant value on your trade and schedule service 24/7, 365. So log on at redmccombstoyota.com or hurry to the all-new Red McCombs Toyota under the giant flag on I-10 at UTSA Boulevard.
redmccombstoyota.com. Hey, for a couple of moments, it looked like the Spurs defense was coming around. They have Phoenix and New Orleans under 100 points, and then along came Orlando. The Spurs allowed the worst shooting team in the NBA this year, the Magic, to not only score 117 points against them, but get out to as much as a 26-point lead by shooting 52% on the night. That's the most points given up by the Spurs early this season since the 142 points against the Lakers in overtime. And to make matters worse, the Magic just outran the Spurs with 18-1 fast break points in the 117-110 loss. That snapped the Spurs' 4-game winning streak. San Antonio's credit Sunday night, they did rally, cutting a 20-point deficit down to 5 under 2 minutes to play. But the early defensive woes were just too much to overcome.
We don't ever quit. You know, I thought we definitely played better defense in that stretch to try to get it to 5. I thought we communicated better, and they made tough shots. You know, I thought down the stretch we guarded better. They just made tough shots. By that time in the game, they had their rhythm and they were making shots. Earlier in the game, we had miscommunications and they got open shots, which led to them making the shots at the end. But I thought at the end, guys competed, you know, communicated better and just played better defense.
All right, so we'll see if they can rebound on the road. They take on the Miami Heat. Heat 4-5. Spurs 6-3. They're like 4th in the West, so they're hanging in there. Tip off for that for tomorrow night, 6:30. And the Cowboys faced a must-win at home when they hosted the Tennessee Titans, who are both 3-4, ending their first half of the season. Now, the Cowboys, knowing they are undefeated at home and winless on the road, the Dallas D comes up with the first turnover as DeMarcus Lawrence with the strip. The ball rolling around, and Sean Lee falls on it to set up the Cowboys' offense. The first touchdown of the night and the first touchdown for Amari Cooper. There he is. Nice pattern, and he's in. Dallas takes the early 7-0 lead after another Dallas D forced turnover. Dak Prescott heads into the end zone, and he's picked off by Kevin Byard. And he heads to midfield to celebrate on the star. That's not a good thing. Byron Jones is having none of it. In the third, quarterback Dak Prescott turns the ball over again. He's strip sacked by John Brown, and it's recovered by Wesley Woodward. That leads to another touchdown. Mariota shuttle pass to Jonnu Smith, and he stays on his feet for the score. It's 21-14 Tennessee. Stayed that way until the fourth when Mariota walks it in. 28-14. Cowboys fall for the first time at home this season. They dropped to 3-5 to end the first half of the season. All right, so who would have thought that the way the Houston Texans started off the season, not only would they have a winning record to start the second half of the season, they would own the lead in the AFC South with only 6 other teams in the league with a better record. That's after they were able to win their 6th game in a row by eking out a 19-17 victory against the Broncos on the road in Denver, albeit with a little luck. Broncos were in a position to win the game in the closing seconds with Brandon McManus facing a 51-yard field goal attempt, and he missed it with just 3 seconds left. So Houston's amazing comeback win streak continues going into a much-deserved bye week.
Winning 6 games in a row is hard in the NFL. Not many teams do it. I think it's important for us to kind of, look back at the first half of the season and then just relax. Like I said, I think 6 games in a row, I think we deserve a couple days off.
All right, the man lost their first game of this season, the New Orleans Saints, but did you see what Malcolm Brown did for his first touchdown? Look at that leap over a defender into the end zone for the touchdown. Yes, San Antonio proud. He kept his feet in bounds, and then he gets the ball just inside the pylon. That's pretty good athleticism, wouldn't you say?
What do they call that? Situational spatial awareness?
Exactly. That's what it is.
Good thing to have.
Or just a touchdown.
Yeah, a good one.
Good.
We'll be right back.